Friday football, there's Friday fishing. But what about the Friday fall color?
Oh, well, first thing that comes to my mind is Itasca State Park, an absolutely beautiful park any time of year, but the fall colors are usually spectacular.
And you know, a couple of years ago, we started connecting with Connie Cox from Itasca State Park. They've always got some great events. But you know what? In this COVID world that we live in, even if the lantern walks, even if some of the fun events aren't taking place, it's still a great time to get out. The colors don't care about the COVID.
Well, let's find out about it. Connie Cox, Itasca State Park, joining us now. Minnesota DNR on the phone line. Good morning to you, Connie.
Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Fabulous.
We're thinking it's a weekend road trip. How are things looking there at Itasca State Park?
You know, they are actually really stunning for this time of year. Normally, we don't have a lot of color, but because of that cold weather we had last week, we had frost 2 days, and then actually yesterday and this morning, really chilly. The colors are setting up gorgeous with lots of beautiful reds and purples. We're at about maybe 25, 30%, and who knows, maybe tomorrow with the sun coming out, we could even be a little higher on color.
Ooh, we like to hear that. And yeah, I mean, we're not talking like strong winds. We always dislike when we get strong winds, when those leaves are just turning and then the winds kick up and then the leaves are all gone before we get a chance to actually get out and enjoy them.
Right. It's been gorgeous. I actually was driving around Wilderness Drive and on our south entrance road looking at the colors to report our fall colors, and there are some gorgeous red maples. The sugar maples are starting. All of our ash are turning gold. The basswood are really quickly flipping over to a beautiful gold. And in the understory this year, we have some amazing purples with dogwoods and some other shrubs, and even the ferns and the understory plants are displaying just a rich, beautiful colors this year. I think we're setting up so far for beautiful colors. And just like you said, without that wind, the leaves are holding wonderfully.
Connie, what do our listeners and your fans need to know as far as COVID changing up, switching things up in the state parks? What are some key points that you like people to know?
Well, at Itasca State Park and on most of our state parks, if you go to the Minnesota DNR website, you can check on each of the state parks and you can find out what is open and what is not open. Fortunately, at Itasca State Park, many of our amenities are open. Some of them may have been modified a little bit to accommodate for current conditions, but we still have camping available, so people can go online and make reservations if they'd like to go camping. All of our lodging is full right now, but if you come out to the park, you can still get food and you can still get gifts from our gift shop. We do have modified hours. If I can share those real quick, Douglas Lodge, if you want to come and eat at the historic Douglas Lodge, the dining is not open, but you can call ahead. The phone number is right outside the visitor center or the Douglas Lodge restaurant, so people can call. And we have food service there from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Thursday through Sunday. That will be closing for the season like normal on October 4th, but people could still come and get one of the meals they love at Douglas Lodge. At Mary Gibbs, our cafe, that is open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thursday through Sunday. And we're actually extending those hours into October 18th, so you can hit the entire fall color season, including the tamaracks in October. And if you want your souvenir T-shirt or the little ribbon that says you crossed the Headwaters Rocks, our Mary Gibbs gift shop is open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day of the week, and that is closing also on October 18th. So we're still offering many of our services, but just slightly modified.
Yeah, I love that, and you got me excited to come and look at leaves. This is naturalist Connie Cox, Itasca State Park, joining us here on the KFGO Morning Crew. And you did mention that camping, and in fact, I had a niece in her family. They came to Itasca State Park last weekend. I think it was like a kind of a spur of a moment thing. They couldn't get camping there because I think they waited so long. So actually they camped at Bemidji State Park and then spent the entire day at Itasca and then just went and camped. And they had a blast doing that and got to explore two different state parks.
You got it. There's lots of opportunities in the area, and I always suggest to people, if one campground is full, check a lot of other ones. We have, for example, LaSalle Lake State Recreation Area. It's just 8 miles north of Itasca State Park, and it's in a beautiful basin. It's a really deep ravine. The lake itself is Minnesota's deepest inland lake at 213 feet deep. It's
Wow.
the lake that's the deepest entirely in the state of Minnesota, just 8 miles north of Itasca Park. And it is in a beautiful valley where you have just these steep banks and wonderful tamaracks and aspen. There are some maples and oaks in there, and that's another beautiful spot. But like you said, you can car tour from many of our state parks, and if you get the annual state park sticker, it's good for an entire year from the month you buy it, and it's good in all of our Minnesota state parks and recreation areas. So I buy one every year myself, so I can just freely go in and out of parks, don't have to wait in a line to buy a permit, and I can tour the fall colors as well.
Awesome. Well, Connie, we love it. Thank you for your time. That gives us a great suggestion for coming out and checking out the leaves, maybe this weekend during the week or the next week or so. Usually how long I know it depends on the weather, so it looks like we probably should be okay for a few weeks here to get some good colors.
Yeah, you should be good for colors because the aspen, which are usually our later leaves, like quaking aspen, big tooth aspen, they have not really started turning yet, and our red oaks are not turning, and they're also a key tree, and they're usually turning in the first part of October. And the bulk of our tamarack, which is a conifer that turns a beautiful gold, they typically don't start until in October as well. So, who knows? We can never determine how Mother Nature is going to be and what kind of weather, but looking at the upcoming week with it being a little more mild, I think our colors should hold out really well. And if people are wondering what it's like, if they go to the Minnesota DNR website, they can look for the Fall Color Finder. Even if you just type in your Google search as Minnesota DNR Fall Color Finder, it'll pop up a map, and you can see the entire state and all the state parks that are reporting in. You can see where fall colors are at, so you can get out and enjoy the colors just by clicking on that map and seeing what's out there.
All right, we love it. Thank you, Connie.
You bet. Well, you guys have a great weekend.
You
I
too.
hope to see you out at Itasca.
Absolutely. Wouldn't miss it. That's Connie Cox, naturalist there at Itasca State Park. I absolutely love Itasca State Park. That's a must-see for me.